Nothing has gone according to plan whatsoever. I'm feeling pretty rough. This one sucks. This one hurts. All of that is really frustrating. Still feel like I have a lot left to prove. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do.
Felt the pressure of the outside. Come to me. Let me help you revive.
We'll see what happens. Today is the first day I'm going back to throwing. Just doing light to moderate throwing for today and for probably the next 2-ish weeks before I go and start to ramp back up again. The last couple weeks I've just been slowly getting back into lifting, slowly doing my rehab, just trying to make sure that my body stays fresh and that we're obviously recovering and resting from the season and from the tendonitis. It's been quite interesting. Having not a whole lot to do the last few weeks. Just really taking some time to reflect and think about what we want to do moving forward and how we want to adjust and adapt. But most importantly, just enjoy, just having some free time on our hands to enjoy life and be present. Now, that is over. Now we're going to get back into throwing and we're going to slowly build ourselves back up to where we need to be. I've been traveling for the last week and a half. I've just been to a few different states, visiting some people, some family. It's been really, really nice to just kind of take a little bit of a break. When I get back home in a couple days, I'm starting up with a new facility, a new coach, and just a lot new, different style of training. I'm really excited to get going with that. But the last couple weeks, I've really just been trying to get in as best shape as I can and really try and get my arm ready, my body ready. Training while traveling is very, in my opinion, very difficult because obviously you have to balance what you're doing with family, what you're doing in your relationships, and all the different activities that you have planned. But you're also trying to make sure that you stay consistent with your routines, working out, and everything in between. So I am focusing on trying to get 9 hours of sleep, trying to get in my calories, and just trying to get in things that I can control. And to an extent, I can control, when I lift, when I throw. To an extent, I can still control my routines and the normal things I do at home or wherever I am for an extended amount of time. So it's just important to kind of see where you're at, what you can do with the situation that you are currently in. My evaluation was the other day, and it was very, very interesting. It was the first time I had thrown off a mound in about 5 weeks. My lifting, my mobility was not great. As far as throwing goes, I'm not sure yet. My coach noticed some things right away. Got a long ways to go. Today we have a little bit of an interesting take here. I have this energy drink here. It's called Goat Fuel. I've never heard of this energy drink before, but I've seen it in the stores, And Muhammad Ali's here on the front. I mean, that's pretty sick. So I'm not really an advocate for sports energy drinks. I think energy drinks have a lot of caffeine in them, and sometimes it can be a little detrimental to what you're trying to do, what you're trying to focus on, things like that. If you do decide to take energy drinks, be careful with how much caffeine you're consuming and also look into what else is in them. But in my experience, I've had decent experience with energy drinks, pre-workouts. I like them. I'm a big coffee guy as well, so caffeine really helps, but too much can make me a little jittery, a little shaky sometimes. So it can be a lot of hit or miss, but on this channel, we're really trying to see if this is really bad or if it's really good, hopefully. This is a baseball channel, and energy drinks coincide with baseball very, very well. Without further ado, folks, let's give this a try. Here we go. This honestly just tastes like a pre-workout drink. Go Fuel is not bad. I'd say this is probably more of just like a pre-workout type of drink. I think it's okay. I'd probably give it like 7 out of 10, probably 7.5 out of 10. I really like this Muhammad Ali here on the front. I wish more people did that. That's kind of cool. Today's July 1st, which means that it has been about a month since we started training again, started getting back into throwing, lifting, and over the course of this video, that's what you have seen up until this point. First of all, very happy with how my strength and conditioning has gone, my weight gains, just my overall stability, and a lot of the things I was kind of concerned about, and just from an obvious rehab standpoint with all the tendonitis, I feel like a lot of that has been put together and it has really been fixed to an extent. You know, I'm taking care of my body a lot better. I have a lot better routines. I understand a lot more what I'm doing in the gym and how that all plays more of a role in baseball. So really, really happy about that in particular, first and foremost. Pitching, throwing side of things, in my opinion, has not gone that well. There's been some things that I've really been trying to hone in and focus in on, especially with my back leg mechanics, that just hasn't clicked and just hasn't been working out. In large part, that has to do with just some of the adjustments that I'm trying to make. That's been really frustrating here the last week, especially just because it's something that, you know, didn't used to be an issue. Now it is, you know, but that's part of it. I topped 86 in December of 2023, only having pitched for about a year at that point. Here we are almost 2 years later, and you know, not much has changed. I haven't even come close to 86. It's mostly been low 80s, upper 70s, and that has not been good. Now again, there's other factors such as the elbow tendonitis and the shoulder tendonitis as well. So it hasn't been easy, and nothing is easy in life, as we all very well know. Again, you know, going into this next year of life and this transition has been pretty tough, to be honest. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, and you know, because at this point, you know, if you don't get better, you don't play. It's the reality of everything. So I have to get better and I have to move forward. I mean, there is just no stalling and trying to figure things out. I mean, I have to get better and I have to move forward. It's just, that is what it is, you know. It's a little bit of a scary part of life right now, to be completely honest with you guys. I'm at a point right now where I really feel like I'm doing everything I possibly can to get better. And for whatever reason, things are just not clicking. You know, the more time that goes by and I'm not getting better, you know, the more pressure it builds. Things I've really noticed, especially with my body and just kind of the way I've trained over the last few years, is that number one, long toss has not helped me. I am sorry, like long toss has not helped me. And for everyone who is an old believer in long toss and everything, I feel like that's the most cookie cutter thing you could give to anyone. Anyone could go online onto ChatGPT or any of these millions of programs that are out there, and they're going to give you the same weighted ball stuff and the same long toss stuff. That stuff is cookie cutter. That stuff is making people a lot of money, especially in the coaching business and especially just in the baseball industry everywhere. You know, things have to be personalized. You have to really find out what the athlete needs and how that's going to get them better. And I feel like that's what's really ruining a lot of the baseball industry, just in general nowadays. For me especially though, going back and looking at some of those older vlogs and a lot of those training clips from 2023 and really that fall, because that's really where I felt like things started to kind of click and snowball together, right? Obviously after that bullpen, everything kind of started to go downhill from there. But in particular though, I feel like the impulse style of training really, really helped me. So I think from now on, I really want to try and train my lower half with a lot more impulse and just kind of see where that goes. Because again, in the past, that's really, really helped me. And I think that that style of training gives me the most feedback. It helps me be in tune with my body the most. And those are just kind of some of the things I really think help me. For some guys, long toss really helps them. For some guys, the weighted ball stuff really helps them. And yes, I understand, like, that's all part of the training, part of the process. But I've been going through the process for the last 3 to 4 years, and I don't really feel like I've been, just kind of giving it a half effort. I've really been trying to give it my fullest effort and buy into whatever I've been doing with whoever I've been coached by or whatever I've been doing, because I feel like that's the way that you have to go to really give something a fair shot. And for me, I feel like I've given a fair shot to long toss, to weighted balls. And early on, yeah, that really did help me, But again, weighted balls are only supposed to be used to give you feedback for what's going on inside your delivery, what's inside in your mechanics, and things like that. So we're here. Again, it's July 1st, beginning of July. Things have got to change. So from now on, we're going to start an experiment with this impulse type of training. We're going to see how this goes, kind of experiment with this and just kind of change a couple things. I think it'll be really, really good if all goes according to plan, but nothing ever does. So we'll see what happens.